It's Thursday. I think it's the last day in January. Yeah, I gotta tell you, this is cold. I mean, this is freaking cold. What is the reflection from? I just woke up, so like half hour ago. So, I slept with my with a nightgown plus pajama bottoms plus my long sweatshirt, mid-calf long sweatshirt, and this red hat of Pete's, which is the warmest of all the hats in this house, I think. And but Pete said he was going to throw it away because he didn't. It's stretched out, doesn't fit his head. But my head must be inflated to the point that I can wear it. Anyway, it is freaking cold. It is cold in here. Yesterday was terrible. They said today would be just as bad. No, today is worse. But it's probably not the weather. Yesterday's weather was, cold but sunny. It looks like the sun may be out today. During the night, we ran out of propane. Not run out, but the tanks had to be switched over. We have the tank that came with the RV, which we keep full for emergencies in case we can't get propane. Dotsy, you okay? Maisie? Oh, okay. Good girl. And then we have a 30-pound and a 40-pound, or no, a 20-pound and a 30-pound tank. The 30-pound tank usually runs 3 to 4 days. 20-pound tank usually runs a couple, 2.5 days, maybe 3, depending on the weather. We burn through the 30-pound tank in about 36 hours. And we have been keeping it at 60, 58 to 60 range. But we did turn it up to 62 during that 3 or 4 hours of bitter cold we get into every evening. I don't know why, but... So, I got up and it was freezing in the bedroom. It was warmer out in the living room. It was up to 46 because there's a heater out there, an electric one, to, keep things warmer out there. But in here it was probably, I'd say it was in the 30s. I had to wake up Pete to go outside and switch the tanks over. We were running the 30-pound tank, which, like I say, usually lasts 3 or 4 days. But even with us keeping the heat lower, it did not last nearly that long. So, Pete had to get up and get dressed and go out. It was 28 below wind chill to swap the tanks over. I will say, however, that he has all the gear. And even when he came in, after switching them, he was still warm. And he was out there probably 10 minutes. His face, everything but his eyes basically were covered. His eyeballs. But anyway, but I can't even tell you how much I hated to wake him up and ask him to go out in 28 below zero wind chill to swap over the tanks. I hated it. But it had to be done, obviously. So, and he just does everything with a smile, like always. He was like, okay, he's ready to go and do what needs to be done. So this morning I got up and the electric heater out there, the Dyson, had turned off. It turns itself off like every however many hours it's set to do internally. It turns itself off, and so then we have to go. And I kept the thermostat at 54 now to try and make this 20-pound tank last until we can get out again to get more, to fill more propane tanks. And we are also, I haven't talked this over with Pete yet, but I think we're going to get at least one more propane tank. So, we can go at least a week. We also have, I don't know if, is it called a Mr. Buddy or a Buddy or a... Just a second. The big Mr. Buddy. The big Mr. Buddy.
There's 2 1-pound propane tanks.
Takes 2 1-pound propane tanks, and it is indoor rated. It's safe to use indoors, and we have run it indoors to make sure the birds were okay when the weather wasn't too cold, so that we could open the windows and all that should we need to. But we do have to vent. We have to keep. But I'll tell you, this house is drafty enough. Our first motorhome was better than this one when it came to cold weather. But anyway, I'm sure we get plenty of fresh air in here. In fact, Pete has his winter gear, his snow pants and all his coats and all that, packed around the edges of the couch because there's so much cold air that comes in around the edges. Obviously, right next to Chloe there, we keep that something over that area all the time. But so anyway, I'm kind of rambling because I just got to, let me get another sip of coffee, just a sec. So I'm still wearing what I slept in this previously fuzzy, you know how, previously, forget what it's called anyway, but it's very warm, like sweater, light jacket thing that I got from the one of the thrift stores about a month ago, and it's got big deep pockets. Anyway, I'm wearing that and this warm red hat, and that is what I'm wearing today. And if I have to put gloves on, I'll do that too, because it is freaking cold in here, but it is survivable. The birds are up to 56 degrees now, their area. I always keep a thermometer by them, and they're up to 56, which is fine. So we're going to swap out the Dyson for the, I had a little white square heater that I used when we were at the house for a month last year in the office where I had the birds and where I worked and stuff. Previously Leland's bedroom. And that used to cook me on low. So I'm going to swap the Dyson out for that one and see if our fuses or circuits or whatever can take it. The Dyson may use less watts or whatever, the Dyson, but I don't know. I haven't checked into it. That's what I was going to do before I plugged it in. But we're going to see if that one's any warmer. Could have just cooked me because it was a much smaller room, but it may be better at heating, you know, that whole area out there. I'm going to say all this stuff, and I'm going to upload this morning. So you're getting kind of in real time what's going on. And like I said, the sun is out, and so we will just have to wait and see what's going to happen. And if there's anything noteworthy, I'll record again tonight, but I wanted to let you guys know that, you know, what was going on and how freaking cold it is. I mean, I've never been more than like 20 below zero wind chill. In fact, when Pete went out the door, I held a big blanket up behind him so that to keep less cold air from coming in and heat from escaping. But I just hope he doesn't have to go out that door again. He will, though. I mean, I know he will. But he has the gear to stay warm and to do it. I do not. I don't have all that warm stuff. So I'm going to go edit yesterday's first, and I'll let you know how this goes, and then I'll upload today's too. I will probably send a second one up later, though. So, all right, guys, 10 minutes almost. So I'm going to go, and I will probably be back later. If I'm not, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Have a great day. Stay warm.